With that down, let's move on to this, shall we? A really interesting thing is happening in the world of Netflix. And we kind of touched on it yesterday, but we're starting to see more and more creatives and filmmakers are kind of starting to reject Netflix. At least good ones are starting to reject Netflix because of their whole staunch stick their feet in the concrete and say no about not having theatrical releases and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, one of the films that's been out there right now is Wuthering Heights, that's being produced by and will star Margot Robbie. This is a project in a movie that there has been a bidding war going on over. All the studios are lining up. They want this project. They want the film. By far, the biggest offer came from Netflix. Netflix offered them $150 million for the film. It was, at the end of the day, the biggest offer out of all the studios that went to them. And what is kind of a bruise to the ego of Netflix, they turned them down for an $80 million bid. Margot Robbie and her production partners turned down Netflix's $150 million and rather took a bid from Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers has landed the project for $80 million with a commitment to have a theatrical run and a robust marketing campaign and all that kind of stuff. The New York Times writes this: the decision to go with Warner Brothers is a blow to Netflix. Getting the film would have been viewed as a feather in the cap of the company's new film chief, Dan Lin. Yet, Mr. Lin found himself up against the same restrictions as his predecessor. His boss's reluctance to take films to theaters to appease filmmakers, most of whom want their films to debut on the big screen before heading to a streaming service. So that's been a big thing. Now, this is following up on something that happened not so long ago, right? Because it was just a short time ago that, remember a few days ago, story came out about Daniel Craig, who of course is in the Knives Out movies that are on Netflix. But he kind of believed they would be getting a bigger theatrical rollout. And Daniel Craig, speaking to the Netflix boss, didn't mince words. This is from CBR. According to Puck's Matthew Bellani, Daniel Craig, was with Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos at Glass Onion's world premiere, which received a standing ovation from the onlooking audience. I love that film. I thought it was great. Craig insisted the overwhelmingly positive reaction validated the notion that the Knives Out sequel deserved a wider theatrical rollout rather than a limited release. When Sarandos replied that it's not Netflix's mantra to greenlight a movie in cinemas for an extended period before it debuts on the streaming service, Daniel Craig said to him, cursed at him, and said, among other things, "Your model is fucked." And apparently, if you read Matthew, he also used other expletives that he threw at him. And even right now, Greta Gerwig, who of course, I'm not sure why she signed on in the first place, but signed on to do A Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, is been then pushing Netflix to make it theatrical and has been publicly kind of expressing her dismay over the fact that it kind of sucks that I'm here now. Kind of sucks that we're working so hard on this and it's not going to have a place in the pop cultural zeitgeist because it's going to go straight to Netflix and I can't get them to move. What did you think was going to happen, Greta? Like when you signed up to do the Netflix film, it's like a girl who dates the bad guy thinking, I can change him.
You ain't changing Sarandos.
It's like, no, he's just an asshole and he's going to stay an asshole. And it's like she almost went into this thing, I can convince them to let me put this in theaters.
Yeah, well,
Apparently
they had some little echoes that made you think, oh, they're tiptoeing into the theatrical.
Exactly.
But honestly, Netflix is showing their hand now. They were a big issue during the strikes, and even beyond that, now they are showing that they really just want to see the collapse of the theater industry. And at this point, I think these actors shouldn't be like the North remembers. Psh, stick it to them.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the funny thing. The Glass Onion experiment they did was such a success.
Yeah.
They put it into theaters for 1 week, made $15 million in a limited 1-week release in a limited number of theaters. And as a result of it getting this big theatrical release, it debuted much higher on Netflix than they anticipated once it moved over and went to Netflix. They wanted to experiment. The experiment was a tremendous success. And then they went, no. And it's been that. And now we're starting to see higher and higher profile people who aren't just chasing a quick buck, standing up and saying, well, we don't want to work with Netflix. Guys, we want to take a second, thank a sponsor of today's video, Dollar Shave Club. Hello there, my fellow handsome gentlemen. Nice face you shaved there. Whether you're going smooth shaven or maintaining a beard, Dollar Shave Club offers shave and grooming products that are always high quality, but never overpriced. If you like to wet shave for that clean, close shave, they've got the Club Series 6 Blade Razor. A shave so comfy your skin will take a nap. 6 stainless steel blades for our closest and most comfortable shave, with a vitamin E infused lubricant strip for comfort and glide and precision trimmer for precise detailing. Their amazing shave butter, clear view, smooth glide, designed for precision. Shave butter is a translucent shaving cream alternative that allows you to see exactly where you're shaving. Bonus, it has long lasting lubrication that helps soften whiskers for maximum glide and leaves your skin feeling hydrated. But don't take our word for it. Try it for yourself. You can visit their site right now for 20% off, $20 or more, and get your products delivered right to your door. Visit dollarshaveclub.com/Campea and use promo code Campea for 20% off, $20 or more. And remember, however you shave, Dollar Shave Club is here to help you stay handsome. I don't know, Chris, as somebody more tied into the industry like this, are you surprised to see like Margot Robbie and the production companies like literally turning down $70 million extra dollars? Comments from people like Daniel Craig, Greta Gerwig, like stuff like, I don't know. What do you make of this whole thing?
I'm definitely not surprised by people distancing themselves from Netflix. And Margot Robbie and Lucky Chap obviously have a great relationship with Warner Brothers. The marketing campaign for Barbie was outstanding. And Ted Sarandos here keeps just showing us, hey, I'm not really interested in making money, I guess. Which is so obnoxious for other filmmakers to go, why would I give you my project? You have no desire to put it in theaters. Why would I, kneecap myself and not have my movie go have a theatrical release? A film that I really believe in, an adaptation of a really great controversial novel with an astounding cast and a fire director behind it that have proven box office power. Why would you not put that in theaters? And this whole idea of, well, that's not the way we do it here, that is the kiss of death for any business. Anytime some CEO does oh, well, that's not how we do things. It's just them dragging their feet and being recalcitrant to change and being recalcitrant to hard facts and data and numbers.
Which is funny because I remember years ago I was looking at applying to Netflix, and their whole thing is like, we really prioritize adapting and changing, and if it makes sense and this and that. It's like, that's all bunk.
Ted still sees himself as a disruptor.
Yes.
And he's not. I think the pandemic inflated Netflix's ego a bit. Well, no one's going to theaters and people want to watch really quality things at home. And they've done really great content. I don't want to say anything negative about what Netflix has produced because a lot of the things they've done have been really wonderful, wonderful films, television shows, etc. But people aren't going to take your bid if you are telling them time and time again, we really don't believe in your movie enough to put it in an actual theater. I wouldn't sign with them either.
You know what? Here's follow my illustration, if you will.
Sure.
Netflix is content. I'm going to give an illustration and a comparison based on an assumption here that most people will acknowledge that Red Robin's burgers are better than McDonald's burgers. They're more expensive.
I don't know. I kind of like that E. coli they got going over there.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to say it's like
warms the tummy.
What's a good nationwide recognized excellent burger?
Five Guys.
Five Guys?
Sure.
Maybe.
Well, more expensive, higher end burger.
I don't know. Fridays, Chili's. People seem to like their burgers.
Let's just
whatever.
go with Red Robin then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Red Robin's nationwide.
Sandros is totally content to crank out wafer thin cheeseburger, McDonald's cheeseburgers, because he knows he can just make a lot of money with them. They're not really interested, nor will they ever give us real gourmet, true, delicious burgers.
You're not tricking us with that extra piece of bread in the middle of a Big Mac.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that. You know why? Because I can make money making bottom of the barrel crap and shoveling out huge quantities of it, because that's Netflix's philosophy: quantity over quality. That's their mantra: quantity over quality. They just keep shoveling hundreds of new pieces of content every single month, and they're like, hey, it's like remember you used to say on the McDonald's arches, over 1 billion burgers served,
those billions
over
of
100 new pieces of content. created every monthly. And that's their model.
Yeah.
And by the way, when it comes to their TV stuff, when it comes to their shows, they seem to take that much more seriously and have a much more, because they make a lot of crappy TV shows too, but they make a lot of great ones as well. But I mean, when it comes to their cinema and their movies, they are content to be the worst version of McDonald's. We're going to create the cheapest, and even if we spend a lot of money, it's not going to be good. But we're just going to keep cranking out these little wafer thin cheeseburgers because we're making a lot of money at it. And we want to keep that. And they're going to lower the overall quality of cinema as they do it.
So what is the pushback from Ted? Just because he just doesn't want to change? Was that experiment, the glass onion experiment, just all for nothing?
I think, I'm starting to think that the experiment was just a way to appease Ryan Johnson and
to
Daniel
make him
Craig.
happy, right?
Yeah.
I'm honestly thinking it was just to appease him, and I think Jonathan has it right. Ted Sarandos and Netflix literally just want to destroy the movie theater business. They want everybody to just stay at home all the time, sit on their asses on their same couch that they sit on every day, and just watch Netflix as they keep shoveling them the cheap, nutrition-lacking little wafer-thin cheeseburgers. I mean, that's...
Joke's on them. I'm going to be on Apple.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, Margot Robbie is like literally turned down $70 million extra dollars. Say, no, we want our stories to have cultural impact. We want our movies to be in theaters first, then take them to Netflix. And Netflix continues with their no. And now you hear Daniel Craig's pissed at them. Greta Gerwig seems unhappy. People are starting to turn on them. I don't know that it's going to change their philosophy. They'll just double down on making the cheeseburgers. Anyway, whatever you guys think about this, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.